Hey guys! I am finally popping on. I planned to do this earlier, but did not. Let me see if anybody is on right now so I can tag them. If they're not, that's okay too. Let's see. Okay. We're just going to tag a few people and then the rest can catch us later, jump on. If you're just jumping on and I'm off, just do hashtag replay. That way I know you've been here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go get started. So what I really want to talk about today is, hey Mercedes, hey Jenna, hey Shayna. So what I'm just talking about today is partying. So I know we have touched on it. I actually touched on it this morning. Hey Lauren, about the importance of partying, and I feel like we talk about it a lot. I gave an example over the weekend at some point in our group page, and so I kind of just wanted to touch on everything and why I harp on partying so much. So partying really is the foundation of everything in this business. New PRV, and by new PRV, I mean PRV that is not from your regular customers, your regular people on your VIP page. The potential of new opportunities of people who want to join, who are interested and have not came across a consultant like you, that's going to change it for them. And then also growth, really, and growth in all those areas, the team, your VIP page, PRV, new connections. It's literally brand new everything, or the potential at brand new everything. And you get that opportunity every single week, every single month. And I really believe it has contributed to pretty much everything that I have been doing or successful at. It all trickles back to partying, in my opinion, for me. So the first thing I want to say is the answer is always no for any time you don't ask, right? If we don't ask, the answer is automatically no. I know it is not easy to ask the question. I get left on read a lot, or I get no too, right? I think I get more not response than a blanket no. Normally they'll read it and they just won't reply to me. I will not push. If I see that they've read something and I do not say, hey, I know you've read it. You made a choice to not respond to me. That is a sign that is a no. Like, I'm being nice because I don't want to tell you no, but my answer is no. That is the way I take it. So I kind of just want to dive into all of that because I think that partying really is the difference. For example, we have all these LTOs right now, all these limited time products, limited time releases. You share those with your VIP page. I hope that you're emailing, you're using our contact, you're using our system to contact everybody, let them know. And then once you do that, obviously there are going to be people who want to buy right away. There are people who are waiting until they can have some extra money to spend it, to buy it. And then there's people who just aren't interested, right? Those groups typically. But when you have parties, it gives you a brand new avenue to then share there with brand new people who have not seen it yet. So I know we continue to share in our VIP page. We continue to share the clearance. We continue to share individual items from the Harvest collection, from all these limited time collections. But when you have a party, I start every single one of my parties sharing all the LTOs that are still available. Before we dive into any of the products, I let them know these items are limited time only. When they sell out, they are gone. That is why I don't want to wait to show them to you. I'm going to show them to you up front before we even get into our party. Every single one of my parties starts out like that. These are all the things that are limited time only. So I think you have that huge avenue with parties. And obviously gathering more people that become consistent customers because they fall in love with you. Another post I shared on the team page was, if I have one person from every single party that I do, just one, and by every single party, I mean 2 parties a week, every single week, I consider that booked for me. I do not normally go over unless it's something like this month where we have an incentive. I opened up some extra spaces, really tapped myself out because we have an incentive going on. Otherwise, I don't want to go over that 2 a week online. Now, if someone wants to do a bag party, a link party, a text party, something other than online, I'm okay with that. It takes a little bit less of my attention, I believe. Because it's really them out there hustling that stuff and sharing it and that kind of thing, where the online is really me kind of feeding type of thing. So if I just have one person from every single party, just one, right? And normally our parties can range 10 people to some are like 20, 30, right? One person, and I do 2 parties a week for an entire year. It's almost like 100. It was like, I think the number was 94 or 96 people would then add to your VIP page. That's almost 100 people. 100 people in the course of a year could become consistent, reliable, active customers in your VIP page. 100, right? Can you imagine if you looked at your VIP page now, and in a year from now, if you've added that's just one. How many times do you have 3 or 4 people join from a party? Imagine if you had 2 from every party join. You almost had 200 people brand new on your VIP page in a year. That's, to me, I think that's insane growth. I mean, it sounds so small because it's only 1 or 2 people, but that's huge at the end of a year. If my VIP page, which I think is at like 560 right now, grew in a year from now, 200 more people, 760 people, that is insane. That's insane. So growth, partying and growth, in my opinion, go hand in hand. And there's many ways than online parties. There are many girls in this group that do events. Events are huge. If you capture a few of those people from those events, or 10 people from that event that comes back to your VIP page, that becomes a customer, that then turns around and parties with you, that is huge, right? So I don't want us to be single-minded and only think of partying as online parties. That is not what it has to be. Does not. That's just where a lot of my parties come from. I know a lot of people thrive on live parties, on bag parties, on things other than, they don't really do the Facebook group party. And if that's what works for them and their people, that's what needs to be done. There's not the greatest thing about this business, there's not a one way to do it. It's however it works for you. So I think parties are huge for growth in that aspect. Parties are huge for new PRV, right? We have a brand new release. Your VIPs are active. They're excited. Purchases come from your VIP page, but maybe they're tapped for the month. Maybe they spent so much last month. They're like, girl, I got to take a break. I got to take a break for a month. I spent enough. All those brand new parties you have scheduled, you're going to then expose it to them. And those are new orders. That's going to be in addition to what their original order was going to be. So something to consider. Now, all of that, because I just want to I can't express enough how important partying is and how important growing your connections really are. But then I want to go back to how I book my parties. Kristen did a phenomenal training on this, on how she books her parties. And one thing that I think most people took away from that is not using the word party, being very intentional with the words you select. I was a person who was like, I'll never have a successful party. I'm not a good host. My people aren't interested in this stuff. Like, not for me. So if someone's like, oh, will you host in this? I'm like, no, thank you. That was me. I think it's important for you to connect with that person and understand. And one of my examples that I just showed over the weekend was this is a brand new customer from a party that I currently had going on, placed a fairly large order. And I was doing her happy mail, and I was like, you know what? I really don't have a huge basis on her. This is her first order. I really don't know. She had a a collection of bakery, fresh, spice, and woods, I think, mixed all in her order. I was like, I don't really know what her favorites are. I'm not going to waste my money or her time, really, giving her something free that she's not going to like or she's not interested in. So I'm just going to reach out to her and ask her, like, and that is what I did. Hey, I'm doing your Happy Mail. I really want to give you some goodies that I just know you could potentially fall in love with. What kind of scents are you into? Apple? Are you into spices? Are you into woodsy? Would you like a fruity? That kind of thing. And she replied and was like, hey, I really like X, Y, and Z. I'm already looking at products again. And I was like, don't do it. Do not place that order. Please let me help you earn free and half off. Like, let me help you cut that list down, right? So it's less money out of your pocket. And she didn't really reply to that message. She then went on and replied to something else. And then I circled back around. I was like, okay, that's great. But for real, before you place that next order, let me know. I'm currently booking this time frame and this time frame if you're interested. Replied, yes, sign me up. So in that context, one, I was reaching out to genuinely spoil you with something, because that's what I do, right? Spoil my people. But two, I seen her reply that she was looking again. It's like, no. Please do not place another order. Please let us get you set up with a party instead. But I don't use the word party. Please let me help you. Like, help me help you save money. Just let me help you. That's it. So I think that's hugely important. I don't even pay attention to whether I use the word party or not. I think maybe I should, because I overlooked that factor. Kristen was very smart on bringing that up. People shy away from that word. People shy away from hosting, partying, anything like that. So we should be mindful on how we're phrasing things. And also be mindful that you're connecting with that customer, right? Don't just go to them and be like, hey, will you book a party? They're less likely to relate to that. They're less likely to respond. So we just want to be mindful of our approach and how we would want to be approached. You know how when you go to a car place, and I know I feel like this, and when I'm walking through a car place, I try to like dodge the salesmen's, because I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't feel like talking to him right now. You don't want to be that salesman. And not all of them are like that. I just know that I feel like they're pushy. They're like, oh, do you want this? Do you want that? And it's like, just give me a second. So just be mindful of that when you're reaching out. The other way I book parties, I've mentioned this before, it is my go freaking to. My go-to, I will not let off the gas on this opportunity, is for every party I have, I try to book at least one party from it. I do not want a current party to slip away and I not book a party from it. And if it does, that means I turn around and I need to work hard for the next however until it happens to book 2 parties to make up for it. Okay? So what I use is the Perpetual Party Reward. If you're not familiar with this, you need to be. Do not close out a party that is hit rewards, that's 200 or more, without using the Perpetual Party Reward. It will be in your party summary tab. And what I do in my parties is say, once my host hits rewards, I say, so-and-so, let's use Tori as an example. Tori will earn an extra half off, I put it in capital letters, half off, from a party booked from this one. I am currently booking blah and blah. I post that. I message my host, hey, you've hit rewards. You'll get an extra half off for someone who books a party. Post your people. If you have anybody that you think's been interested or you think would be interested, please reach out to them. Or if you want me to, let me know. I let them know that also. Then as the party goes on, I will post it again once a day, depending on how much time I have, obviously. Then if the party is ending and she has not had anyone claim, it goes back to those individual messages. every single party, I individually message at the end of the party everyone in that party. The things that I may talk about differ. And this is where you have to go the extra mile to know who has done what in the party. If they've already placed an order, I'm not letting them know, hey, the party ends if you need help with your order, because they've already placed an order. So the next thing I would let them know is, hey, thank you for attending Tori's party. I hope you had fun this week. The giveaway will be tomorrow or whatever I'm doing for that party. But she is still looking for someone to want to have or earn free and half off. I'm booking blah, blah, if you would be interested in helping her out. That is what I say. And if, say for the party, say they've already ordered and I already have a host, I will then change what I'm reaching out to them about, and I invite them to my VIP page. Now, I've already posted like 3 times inviting everyone to my VIP page. Every one of my thank yous invites the person to my VIP page. So I've reiterated it a lot, but I just want to make that one-on-one connection. So that will be the third thing I talk about. If the first 2 are already checked off. So I will message everyone and cross my fingers and hope that people read. Someone responds wanting to help their host out and books a party with me. I'm not going to make up numbers because I'm not exactly sure. I know I had at least two parties last month, not have someone book. And I ended up booking someone later, and then I ended up making up for it afterwards. So it does happen where I have to bust my tail to get it back. So that's another opportunity. The other opportunity is when you see people making large orders, making multiple orders in a month, you should be offering them either a shopping link or asking if they want to host. And it's the simple fact that you're spending a ton of money, you could be getting rewards back for that. So you definitely want to do that. Also, right, if they have an open link and their link is already at rewards, or there's a big release, or there's something brand new coming, or anything like that, that's your time, unless it's a hard no, which hard no's back off, right? You don't want to be the salesman that's pushy. But you could ask like, hey, your rewards are already at 200. Would you want to host to just see if you could double this? And if not, you're still at rewards. You have nothing to lose. I promise. And I'm gonna note this because this is how I felt. Most people are nervous that no one's going to show up for them or that they're going to waste your time. And what I always share is that any party is worth my time because I have the potential of connecting with just one person. And any person that is, oh, I don't think anyone would buy, I don't think it would be a good party. One, if they already have a shopping link that's at rewards or close to rewards, they have nothing to lose. And that's normally what I say. You have nothing to lose. No, if you got 0 orders, it was still the potential for me to connect with someone. And that's the only thing that's going to keep my business alive. That is literally what I tell them. If nobody wants to party with me anymore and I don't make any brand new connections or make any connections with anyone, my business is worthless. And that's how I feel. That is truly how I feel. So if you party with me and nothing comes from it, something did. I at least have connected with some people. They may not purchase with me now, but who knows? They may decide that Scentsy was for them. Or you know what? We gave it a go. I learned some things from my party that I could potentially do better. And it's a learning experience. But it's never, ever, ever, ever a waste of my time. And I will never, ever, ever, ever be upset with you if no one shows up for a party. And I make sure anybody that is on the fence and kind of feels that way, that is what I reassure them. And you guys should be doing the same. Like, it is not a waste of my time. If I can connect with just one person, it's just like that thing. One person from one party, 2 parties a week for a whole year is 100 new people. So just something to really think about. And all of this boils down to connecting. You have to, and if you're not, you need to go the extra mile to know who you're talking to know. And if you don't know them because they're brand new, just like reach out and say, you know, this is your first order with me. I want to give you something you love. I appreciate you doing your first order with me, even if it's in this party. And I want you to know that. So I'm just reaching out because I want to spoil you the best way I can. And if you're being genuine and you're reaching out in those ways consistently, then I think that it will eventually pile up. And I believe that a lot of my people read that for me. I'm currently booking January and February. And I had to go back and I double tapped October because of the incentive. Thank you, Scentsy, but Lord Scentsy, I was like, I can't tell my people no that want to earn this. So I rebooked. I have 3 parties for the next 3 weeks for October booked. November, I deliberately left out Thanksgiving. Christmas, I deliberately left out Christmas week. Those weeks I will not be working. Those are family time for me. And I'm booked, meaning I'm still booked as if I've triple booked the other ones. So, I just want you guys to really hone in on those connections, really focus on being genuine, having those one-on-one conversations, and for it to be something more than just a benefit for you type of thing. And I think if you do that and you start doing that consistently with follow-ups, with all that the parties will just come. So I know I've touched on a lot of things. I just wanted to pop on here because now is the season to really ramp up. I know Kristen shared she's trying to finish out booking November so she can move on to December. This season is insane with holidays and gift giving and all those and limited time stuff. You literally can grow your business insanely if you really, 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 really stay consistent. So even if you have to tell yourself, you know what? I have no parties booked for October. Posting once a day about the incentive in your VIP page on your stories is great. That's a great starter because those things, so many people miss posts, miss stories, miss that kind of stuff. If you haven't sent out an email with that incentive, send it out, right? If you can do a specials can only be done on a one-on-one basis, but a special for something to spoil your hosts who want the extra. Maybe it's a mini warmer. Maybe it's just that, whatever is your special, and that's on a one-on-one communication. Do that. And if that's not enough, then you should sit down and say, you know what? Every single day until I have, and put a month in, say it's December. Every single day until December, I'm reaching out to 5 people. I'm reaching out to 3 people to connect with them and to see if they would like to host. To do me a solid. Even if you say, hey, my business growth really depends on those who want to get free and half off, who want to join in on my VIP page, who want to do these things. So I know you've been shopping with me for some time. I promise I am out nothing. You would be doing me a huge solid even if I don't get one sale. If we party together. Be vulnerable. Be truthful, right? I'm not booked. I don't know what's going to happen type of thing. Not guilt trip, but just be honest, okay? I think it will literally change the game. It will change the game. So I'm obviously open all the time for suggestions. I try to share when I can, like conversations that I'm having, but I'll let you know 90% of my parties are booked from another party. So in my mind, when my parties end, I'm going to have to bust my tail 5 times harder than what I am right now to try to book the parties. That's realistic. So if you don't have any parties going on right now, just know you're going to work 5, 10, extremely hard to try to book those parties. But I think if you're genuine, I think if you're honest, I think if you reassure them that it benefits you more than it would ever benefit them, I think you could really switch it up and get some months booked. So that is all. Do you guys have any questions? I know I spit a lot. I don't know. I actually have to go pick up my boys now. But I wanted to hop on here. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. And you guys know I'm an open book and I'm here to help. And obviously continue sharing. So I'm going to hop off. Okay, Shayna, I'll check your message. I'm going to hop off. I hope you guys have a good one.